I hope everyone is having a great expo around $2.16. I'm just wondering why. I'll be so careful right now. If Bitcoin goes below $13,000, 0 cents, it will die somewhere around that point. Okay, guys, I want to be careful, but we're going to look at the bullish and bearish views on the market today in today's market report. Were you there as a member of the extract community? This is pretty interesting from Cryptomaniac. He says, guys, you have no idea what's going to happen, do you? I feel like we're about to ride up a steep hill. There will be a lot of ups and downs on this roller ride. Could also be done with feelings, so I'll get ready. This is a very good sign. It's possible that money is coming in right now, which is strange because the ticker is the name of the first XRP ETF that goes public on the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's called 3IQ XRP ETF and costs $13.00, which is about $10.00. That's crazy, right? XRP ETFs are starting to show up in Canada, and this is the first one. The Purpose ETF has already been seen. Quote, the release of XRPQ is a big step toward our goal of making it simple and cheap for no one wants to be left behind. But Coinbase's chief legal officer reminded us that clear rules lead to new ideas. As Canadians trade the 3IQ XRP and ETFs today, the US is falling behind. However, Canada was the first country to offer Bitcoin ETFs, and then the US did too in 2021. Now that Canada has an XRP ETF, it's time for the NAC to catch up and understand how the crypto market works. This is really big news, and it pretty much guarantees that the US will approve the spot XRP ETFs. I think this will happen very soon. Near the end of summer, XRP has shown a lot of growth potential over the past 10 years. This new strategy gives qualified Canadian and global investors a clear, low-cost, and tax-affordable way to safely access that chance. Guys, really everyone wants in. When we talk about Canada, it's interesting to see how many people remember when Mark Carney, who is now Prime Minister of Canada and used to be Governor of the Bank of England, said that you need a multipolar currency in a multipolar world. With XRP, things are planned to happen. They don't just happen. So what's the point? Listen to what he says. Show us why the dollar can't be used everywhere. Okay, we know that the dollar is the world's currency, but the US's share of the world economy has been going down. This is true not only for financial assets, but also for many payments between countries that have nothing to do with the US. What happens when things go wrong? The US economy is pretty strong right now, and it's getting better. The government has been doing the right thing by changing the rules and tightening policy as the economy got stronger. Now they're talking about the Fed, which is what we'll talk about in the next movie. But I really think that bad times are coming before the sun comes out again, which is bad for the US economy. Or the way the money system is set up makes the trade problems we're talking about even worse. You asked a big question, so please wait while I think about it. You don't just switch to something new overnight. We all want a multipolar world, and I think we can all agree that the US, China, and Europe are all important parts of this economy. If you live in a multipolar world, you need a multipolar currency. The question is how to get there. I also laid out some ideas. How do I get there? What's the way to the new money scheme, guys? I think this is how things are set up now. When you add XRP to the FNH system, banks can talk to each other more efficiently because XRP is the link between all the banks. Don't forget that XRP is neutral, so it doesn't treat anyone or anything differently. It would also make everything work better, which is how you'll get there. After hearing that news, it looks like Canada's really excited about XRP, both directly with the launch of the ETFs today and indirectly with what we heard the Prime Minister say years ago when he was governor of the Bank of English. Yeah, and you don't think America's getting there little by little. The Genius Act has been added to the government website. I'd love to see it. Yes, when this bill is fully passed into law, there will likely be fireworks, and they'll probably time it so that cryptos go through the roof. That won't happen right now, but it will in the future. Interesting thing about this bill is that it calls for a Female Genius Act first, then EU MCO regulations or MiCA regulations, guys, and finally reserve standards. Makers of must keep a stock of assets that can back up the tokens one-on-one with allowed reserves, and it will be clear to everyone. Get rid of the secret, okay? Lovely thing. Again, that's all good news. We're putting a lot of our faith in these crypto assets and expecting a pop. There might be a pop here, but I wouldn't play this game right now because of the small instability. I'd wait for bigger moves, which I think will happen at the right time. The fact that this guy looks shocked tells me that something might be coming. Even this 619 message, again, guys, tomorrow is the date delta. The other person looks at his phone. Why are you looking at your phone? I ask. I think it's probably news. Could it have something to do with XRP or something else that would be an outside event? We know what's going on in the world right now. Thanks a lot. Many people are shocked that Mr. Polon 619 is tweeting squishy balls again, and it all looks like a shocked body language face. Also, OMG. That's all for tomorrow, guys. What does it look like? A white swan event or a black swan event? There is something important going on here. The light is on, so this might be telling us something from the way prices are moving right now. And it makes sense that we should maybe get ready for the next few days or weeks if he tells us to. The way the prices are going now makes me think that things won't get very strong until we hit bottom. And I don't think we've hit rock bottom yet. That's just what I think. Guys, I'll be very careful when Bitcoin breaks through 103K to 104K in this area. All right. I know for sure that it will die around 288. I'll talk more about that in the next movie.